Night message for you, February 24th, 2025. Brothers and sisters, the words of God to you are, "He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High will abide under the shadow of the Almighty." Psalm 91:1. In Psalm 91:1, we are reminded of God's protection over us. This verse promises that when we make God our refuge, we can rest under His shadow. In the midst of life's challenges, there is peace and security when we choose to trust in God's care. No matter the storms we face, we are safe when we dwell in the shelter of the Almighty. Let me share the story of Grace, 34, who had faced a season of fear and uncertainty in her life. She was constantly stressed about her job, family issues, and her health. One night, feeling overwhelmed, Grace opened her Bible and came across Psalm 91:1. It spoke to her heart, reminding her that in God's presence, she would find refuge and protection. Over the next few days, Grace spent time in prayer and meditating on this verse. Slowly, she began to feel a peace that had been missing in her life. She realized that by choosing to dwell in God's presence through prayer, worship, and trust, she was covered under His protection. Grace learned that when we intentionally seek God, we find comfort, security, and the strength to face life's battles. Practical reflections. Seek refuge in God. Just as we seek shelter when storms approach, let us seek refuge in God through prayer and trust. Make Him your safe place and experience His peace. Abide under His shadow. Take time each day to dwell in the presence of God. Spend time in prayer, worship, and reading His Word. Let His peace cover you and guard your heart. Trust in His protection. When fears and worries arise, remind yourself of God's promises of protection. Trust that He is watching over you, guiding and keeping you safe. Find peace in His presence. The world may bring challenges and fears, but in God's presence, you can find peace that surpasses understanding. Turn to Him whenever you need comfort. Help others find refuge. Share the peace and security you find in God with others. Encourage those who are feeling overwhelmed to seek shelter in Him. A prayer for you. Father, thank you for being our refuge and our protector. Help us to dwell in your presence and rest under your shadow. In times of trouble and fear, remind us of your promises of safety and peace. We trust in you, knowing that you are always with us. Amen. If this message has encouraged you, share in the comments how God has been your refuge in times of trouble. Type Amen if you trust in His protection. Share this message with someone who needs reassurance of God's protection over their life. May you find peace in the knowledge that you are safe in the shadow of the Almighty.